Hello and welcome. This Warhammer video, there's quite a few releases this weekend, so I thought I'd put all the unboxings and overviews up, and then the reviews and in-depth looks a bit later on in the week or in the next few days. So if you're a new subscriber, stay tuned and you'll see them very soon. So you've probably been waiting for this. You probably looked at the models, you're a bit unsure about the models, the new ones, the Stormhawk and the Blaster Jet. Or likewise, you've got different flyers for Dark Eldar, Chaos, Eldar and so on. You want to find out if anything's changed. What's so different? What have Games Workshop done with flyers? Why have they released it in hardback? And so this is their new kind of addition to the rules. 40k rules, I mean, crikey. You look in one book and it's got rules that you have to look into another book that you look into another. It just gets more and more complicated. Hopefully 8th edition, whenever that arrives, that'll be a much more simplified, because yeah, you need to spend a lot of time looking into these. And for a hobby, for a casual game a week or two every 2 weeks, demands a lot of your time, but also a lot of your knowledge space to kind of learn all of these gaming systems and things like that. Anyway, I normally rattle on, so let's just get in there. So this is their book, The Death from the Skies. From what I've heard, it adds an extra phase into your gaming system. So a guide to air wars in the 41st millennium, and then it's got a load of flyers there. It's got Stormhawk, Storm Talon, some bombers, Storm Raven, some anti-air. One of these will set you back £35, which is a lot of money, and it ain't no Space Marine Codex, let's be honest. It's quite a lot, and even with a discount it's running at about 30. It's quite an expensive investment. If you've got flyers though, probably worth picking up. But I will talk more on that in the review. And again, like I said before, I try and get the review out as quick as possible, because this is just unwrapping an overview. Oh, it smells so good. And this is made in Nottingham, so there we go. So this is straight from HQ. Lovely piece of artwork there. They're quite close. I don't know, in the 41st millennium, would they get that close? Who knows. We've got this. So this is the first kind of look for me at this book. The flyers again. I've got one obviously as part of the Force, but I'm not a big fan. I just think the Xiphon just looks way better. Why couldn't they have just brought out a plastic Xiphon? I really don't know. Maybe they only bring it out if it's popular in resin, like the Baneblade was, and the Morlock. Anyway, let's have a little look. You've got all kinds of things happening here. So you've got Aeronautica, so you've got the war above, Aeronautica Imperialis. That looks awesome, because there's loads of Valkyrie Vendettas. No, there's loads of Valkyries, or Valkyries, and there's like a big eye there. Looks awesome. Then you've got some Stormhawks, so some new artwork. So Helldrakes, Dark Talons, and then you've got some Space Wolf, Stormfangs, or whatever they're called. Eldar and Dark Eldar, brilliant. And you've even got some flying Croissants. I mean, you've got some Necron scythes, I think they are. Some Orcs. You've even got the crappy the really good Tau flyers too. Wow, that looks excellent. And then you've got some nice colour schemes. I mean, I really would love a book that has every single flyer, like Thunderhawks, Stormbirds, all the big Necron ones, like the bombers, all the big Eldar Phoenixes, or whatever they're called, the huge flyers. Just one book with all the flyers in. Lovely adverts, what would you call them? Or set pieces, I don't know. Yeah, really nice. There we go, we've had 60 pages of nothing but pictures and different colour schemes and a few bits of fluff. So 60 pages, and this book will run you at 160 pages. so already that's more than a third of the book just on fluff and pictures. We get into some rules and things. So flyers, talks all about flyers, different flyer wings and attack patterns. Buy more of the same thing and you get better rules, so buy more of the same thing. So there we go, you get different attack patterns, many different attack patterns. Yeah, just go out and buy 4. Just do it now, because then you get a 4+ invulnerable save and it will not die if you spend £160 right now. That's normally how it works, right? Dogfight phase. And head on pass. Looking at these and all the attack patterns and things, you can't say you're just a miniature company. It's a load of rubbish. You wouldn't put these many rules and things in a dedicated book and create a brand new sub phase in your core game and just say you're a miniature company. But that's just my my feelings on it. I really like the Dark Talons, really nice. There we go, you've got some Dark Eldar, got some Necrons. Air War missions. It's a bit odd the way it's kind of laid out. It's like you've got one big page which is just, you've got 2 pages with one big set piece, but then you've got Eldar wing leaders and then Heldrake, which Heldrake aren't even on there, and then you've got Necron. It's quite fragmented, disjointed. But that's quite, you know, you've got your Orcs and your Tau, that's fine. Air War missions, so you've even got specific missions, so if you want you can just have an alright Air War, which is cool, I suppose. I mean, you could put that in a narrative campaign, and that may affect the amount of forces on the ground, or it might affect reserve roles. It'd be cool if it says something like that in here, but if you just want to do air warfare, then you've got the option. So Air War campaign chart, so they're promoting the campaigns. Flyer Aces, this is a new thing that I like to have a look at. So look, crack shot, add 1 to the Aces ballistic skill, things like that. Armadas of Destruction. There we go. So now Air Superiority Detachment. So compulsory is 1 flyer wing, optional 2 flyer wings. Forces of the Imperium. I like how it split the book now. So you've got Valkyries. Doesn't actually say that it can be a Vendetta. You can take a pair of sponsons armed with heavy bolters, and it just says you can swap the multi-laser with the las cannon. So no Vendetta there. That's a bit odd. And it just talks to you about the Hellstrike missiles and multiple rocket pods. Yeah, it doesn't talk to you about any other flyers like the Vulture or anything like that. Anyway, then you've got Stormhawk Interceptors. I've done my unboxing, you can go check that out. The main difference is just the front armour's 12, but it's got high altitude fighter, and it is a fighter, it's not an attack flyer. I'll go into depth in these units in my full review, but then you've got the Storm Talon gunships, Storm Raven gunships, which are attack flyers as well. Then you've got a Storm Wing, 2 Storm Talons and 1 Storm Raven, and then you've got a Strike Wing, which has 2 Storm Hawks and 2 Storm Talons. And then you've got the Appendix. And the Las Talon, if you wanted to know, is 2 shots, strength 9, AP 2, and it's only a range of 24, which is pretty poor. It's like a miniaturized Las Cannon, I suppose, which makes the Xiphon even better. But anyway, I'll go more into that. More Storm Raven gunships here, presumably because of the Blood Angels. So yeah, they've got their own little bit. Grey Knights have got their own little bit for the Storm Raven. Then you've got Dark Talons, Nephilim Jet Fighters, Raven Wing Abductor Squadrons, Storm Wolves, Storm Fang Gunships, Ice Storm Assault Pack, that sounds quite cool. Then you've got Chaos, Helldrakes, and that's it. That's all you get in Chaos. Shut up and put up. No, you should really get more than this. But Heldrake is an attack flyer, got Haley's autocannon, and so on. We can get a Bale Flamer. Then you got Forces of the Xenos. So I'm assuming this is Dark Eldar, Razorwing Jetfighter, Void Raven, Blackheart Talon. Sounds pretty cool. Then you got Eldar, Crimson Hunters, Hemlock Wraith Fighters, and then a Shroud of Kurnaus. another word that no one can pronounce. Night Scythes, Doom Scythes, Oppressor Flight, but again, no bombers. So that was Necrons, by the way. We went over that quite quickly. And then we've got Orcs, Blitzer Bombers, Burner Bombers, Dacker Jets, and the brand spanking new Wasbomb Blaster Jets, which are attack flyers. So then you got Orc Squadron. Obviously it's pronounced exactly the same, but they've just been more creative with the spelling, of course. A custom Wasmob, Orcs Appendix, Teleport Mega Blaster, if you must know, is even more disappointing than the last Talon. Its range is only a pitiful 18 inches. Strength is a AP2. It's only Assault 1, and it's a blast. However, roll on a 6, instant death. So that's not too bad. It just teleports the flyer or whatever away. Tau. They don't get a page mark or anything. They've got the Razor Shark Strike Fighter, the Sun Shark Bomber, and then an Aircast support cadre. And that's about it. Because that's still Tau there. And just like that, just with Tau, they just end the book with an attack pattern reference. No kind of summary, it just completely ends. No thing that I'm quite disappointed with actually is no page or 2 pages showing you all the weapons and, you know, like you have the range or even a table that shows you all the different fighters and their armor values. I mean, to me that just sounds like a no-brainer to have in this book. Maybe I'm just being picky, but you've got it in every other codex and things like that. You've got your list of weapons, you've got your list of vehicles and all the armor. Maybe they've just completely forgot about it, because let me just have a little look. It certainly wasn't back here. Nah, that's a bit poor. It should have a reference at the back with all the armor values and the weapon profiles and things like that. That is a bit poor. I would have expected that just for quick reference. It's got a attack pattern reference, but no weapons or vehicle reference. That's a shame. That's a bit disappointing. But I don't want to leave it on a bad note. It looks like quite a decent book if you've got flyers already, or if you're planning on having, you know, a squadron of flyers, or if you just like planes, really, specifically sci-fi planes, and you want a sci-fi only army. Did it need to be in hardback? Well, I always say yes, even if you have to pay £5 or more. Maybe it would have been £5 cheaper if they made it in China, but to be honest, this book feels really nice and it's really high quality, and it just fits well with all the other codexes and rule books and things like that. So I'd always say definitely have a embossed raised font on the cover. I'd always say yeah, spend a bit more and get the hardback version. And I hope this isn't limited. But there you go, that's kind of my little initial impressions overview. Share what you think in the comments below as always. I'll be putting a review up of this rules edition book, I suppose, very soon. It'll probably be after I've built the 2 models that I've just purchased. So stay tuned for that though. If you've got any questions about the book, I'm more than happy. You know what I'm like. I'm more than happy to have a little look through and just confirm rules, armor, whatever, in the comments. If you've got a specific question about your army and you don't have the book yet, or you're still deciding on whether to get the book, as always, I'm here for you guys. Put a question down in the comments and I'll do my best to reply to you as quickly as possible. Thanks ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.